has a touchdown.
They're like, oh, well, we need real players. Oh, okay. So, you need a quarterback? Sure.
Another opportunity, spins out of a sack, throws it to the back of the end zone. He's got his man. Touchdown, New Orleans.
He's gone. To the 30. He's gone, baby. My goodness. Somebody cool off that man's feet because they're on fire.
This is going to explode big time.
The SFL Network on Twitch welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, the scene of today's Week 12 matchup between the Seattle Tyrants and the Carolina Skyhawks. Andy Hamilton along with Jeremy Vega in the booth today for this one from David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. Jeremy, two teams today coming in, one in the playoff hunt and the other one trying to salvage some of their season. An interesting matchup today.
Yeah, absolutely. And Carolina's going to need to really pull off an upset here to defeat Seattle, and I truly believe that it's going to start with how they play on third downs. The Skyhawks defense are only allowing opposing offenses to convert 42% of the time on third downs, which is fourth best in the SFL. Meanwhile, Seattle's offense is converting a league best 62% on third down. And if Carolina wants to win today's matchup, it's going to start there.
Seattle coming off of a loss last week. They lost to the Tulsa Desperados 27-34. That one was at Greenwood District Stadium. So Seattle on the road now for the second week in a row, just losing last week. Now they'll have to face a Skyhawks team who has struggled throughout the season, but is definitely looking tough tonight with Sully Richardson, the rookie quarterback. Jeremy, in terms of offense for both teams, who are you watching tonight?
Offensively for Seattle, you gotta watch Zach Sandlin. He's been their workhorse last season and this season. He's third in rushing, he's third in carries. He's got 7 touchdowns to his name. For Carolina, it's how Sully Richardson, the rookie, plays. He hasn't put up the best numbers. He isn't even leading all rookie QBs this season. But if he plays well, he's gonna give his team a shot to win.
Carolina will kick to start today's contest. They are wearing the red jerseys and the blue pants. Seattle, wearing all gray today, will receive, and we are underway. 8-2 Seattle with the ball first. Return here will come out across the 30-yard line, and just there at the 30, Carolina makes the stop, and Seattle's offense comes out first, led by Jacques Luyendula. He is near the top with the second-best QBR coming into this week, Jeremy.
Yeah, and he's part of the reason that this offense scores 31 points per game, which is third best in the season. His ability to compete at a high level is really driving this offense to be the best in the SFL.
First play from scrimmage, he will give to Sandlin, and Zach Sandlin goes up the middle for 8 yards per carry. Jeremy, you talked about him being the workhorse. An interesting highlight to show you just how astronomical last season's numbers for Zach Sandlin were. This season, he has 87% of the carries that he got last season, but get this, only 59% of the yards that he had from last season, and only 25% of the 27 touchdowns he had last year. On 2nd and 2, Luyendula will move up in the pocket, float one across the middle that is nearly picked, but then caught by the Seattle Tyrants. What a grab down the middle of the field. Still trying to identify who made that incredible grab. It was number 89, and a wonderful first down completion to Nick Castle.
Yeah, heads-up play, just getting it off the pass deflection. It's a good way to start his day.
Nick Castle in the chat reacting there in shock and awe that he was able to haul that one in. Luyendula pumps, hit as he throws, floats one incomplete. Now 1 for 2 on the day, was trying to go right back to Castle.
And it was just a bad throw. The pressure applied by the front guys for Carolina really kind of kept Luyendula from just driving that ball in there.
Castle, Week 7 rookie signing, trying to get going here for the Seattle Tyrants and be a part of next year's SFL rookie draft potentially. Three receivers out here for the Tyrants. Handoff up the middle to Sandlin. Sandlin plows through one guy and he'll pick up 8.
DJ Majesty just got trucked on that play. No chance of bringing Sandlin down by himself. It's definitely going to take a few defenders to wrap up Sandlin and keep him from using his big legs to keep pushing downfield.
4-3 look out of the Carolina Skyhawks defense. 3rd and 2, chance to get off the field. Flip out to Sandlin on the outside. Sandlin stood up. Did he get there? No. Shravan Prasad, brings him down just shy of the line to gain.
This is exactly what I was talking about pre-game, is will Seattle convert on 3rd down, or will the Skyhawks keep Seattle's offense from converting on 3rd down? And you saw them hold them there, but we'll see if Seattle snaps the ball here on 4th.
Offense still on the field for the Seattle Tyrants. They will snap the ball. They give to Sandlin up the middle, and he has the 1st down handily to the 35. Just enough, though.
If your running back is Zach Sandlin, those 4th and inches plays, they become high percentage because you know he's able to take a few defenders and push them forward, just like he did there, and picking up a 1st down to extend the drive.
Ghibli Do subscribes for the 7th month in a row. Thank you, Ghibli. Hand off right side. Sandlin takes the man's soul and has a 3-yard pickup. He didn't get very far down the field, but he sure did embarrass someone.
And you got to give props to Tristan Hatley for coming up. Only at 6 foot, 195 pounds. He's definitely outweighed by Sandlin, but he was able to hold him up long enough for another one of his teammates to come and help him bring him down, even after that huge truck by Sandlin.
7 yards to the 1st down marker for Seattle. Luyendula under center, 2 in the backfield. Sandlin off the bounce to the right side is stopped in the backfield. Nice job by the Skyhawks. Coming up was Forrest Stark, a Week 8 rookie signing.
And for only being signed in Week 8, he's doing a good job of making the most of his opportunities. And he brought Sandlin down there for a loss, setting up a long 3rd down.
4 wide here for Luyendula in the shotgun. Luyendula has 2,800 yards this season, trying to add to it, and he does! A 1st down completion right across the middle to the big tight end, the trash man, Tristan Carr.
Luyendula, he does a great job of spreading the ball around to all of his receivers, and he loves when his tight end is running wide open behind the linebackers, because Carr has the hands to bring that in almost 100% of the time. He's a great receiving tight end, and he shows why right there.
Tristan Carr this season, 42 receptions, 510 yards, and 6 touchdowns coming into the game, added to that total there with that snag. 3 wide here. They give to the backup halfback who goes up the middle. What a blocking scheme from Seattle, and it's a 1st down, or nearly a 1st down for Easton Johnson.
And he's showing that he has just as much power in his legs as Sandlin does. What a great 9-yard run on 1st down.
Second and 1. They give now to Sandlin. Sandlin tries to truck for the end zone, but is tackled from behind by Prasad. It'll be 1st and goal with only 1 yard to go.
Seattle's offense has got to be very happy with where they're at right now. A yard away with Sandlin, you can definitely assume that the ball is going right back to him here.
Single back. Carolina has 8 guys in the box. They will give to Sandlin up the gut. Sandlin stood up, dropped. Nice job by the Carolina defense to predict that one. Hatley coming up to make the play again.
We're going to see if this Carolina defense has 2 more plays in them to shut down Sandlin in this ground game. That's only a yard away from scoring a touchdown on their opening drive.
Carolina stuffs the box with 8 again. The safety in the backfield. They will give to Sandlin on a stretch play to the left, and Sandlin walks the dog into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. They take their first drive right down the field for 6 points.
And it almost seemed just too easy from the Seattle's offense. I mean, 31 points per game. This is exactly why their offense is so hard to stop. They're really good at mixing the run and the pass. And when you have a quarterback like Luli and Dula making the correct decisions and Sandman behind you pounding the rock, this is exactly why this offense is going to be so hard to stop. And Carolina's defense had 2 chances to get him off the field in 3rd down, and they're going to need to start converting on those as the game goes along if they don't want Seattle's offense to continue to put points on the board.
A 6-minute drive takes nearly over half the time away from this first quarter. Seattle's offense drives slowly and methodically and is able to get on top of Carolina on the road 7-0. The Skyhawks will get the ball back. Ball on the tee, kick is away. Carolina's offense will get the chance after the return, which comes out across the 30. Nice return there by Harish Prasad out to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Sully Richardson and company, the rookie, number 4 pick in the SFL rookie draft. Brings out this offensive unit, which boasts Randy Mercury, Tony Zoma, a fullback, Dupree Hudson and Harish Prasad, 2 wide receivers, and Jack Flash, a tight end. Backs in the backfield. Give on the stretch play to Mercury. Mercury, with a little bit of room, is able to pick up 3.
Randy Mercury coming into today's game, 1 touchdown, just 663 yards. You know, the ground attack ranks 18th in the SFL, so it'll be interesting to see how they do going up against the 12th ranked rush defense in Seattle.
Lyric Jenkins on the tackle, a Week 10 signing for the Seattle Tyrants team. Now 3 wide for Carolina, 2nd and 7. They give again to Mercury up the middle, and Mercury will pick up another 2. One thing about Carolina, interesting, Jeremy, only 1 win for them this season. They've been close in a lot of games.
Yeah, you know, their coaches, they do a good job game planning, and their players can execute the game plan, but when they're going up against some of the tougher teams that they've had on their schedule this season, they've just fallen a little short. But it's nothing to really be too upset about when with 1 win, you're still competing at a high level.
Big 1st down throw there to the 49, moves the chains for the Skyhawks. The first time they went to the air today, and it worked.
Sully, he's completing 68% of his passes on the season, which is pretty good for a rookie here in the SFL. And right there, he's showing his arm strength and his accuracy as he just fires a quick one in there.
Dupree Hudson with the catch. Someone in the chat wanted to know how this league works. The Simulation Football League is the first controllerless esports league. You can become a player, coach, or potentially one day a team owner. All you have to do is head over to simulationfl.net, join our Discord server where you can talk to all of the other players. You can become a player yourself and get ready for the rookie draft, which coverage will begin on Saturday, December 14th. All you have to do is use the introduction channel and let us know about how you found us, and then you can use the welcome channel to ask any questions you need. Just head over simulationfl.net. Hand off to Mercury. This time breaks loose for another couple yards, and it'll be 3rd and 5 again, Jeremy. Mercury has had some bursts here.
Yeah, he definitely has, and the game plan for Carolina running up the middle at these 2 big boys for Seattle, Denzel Maverick and Jukin Rukin, it's pretty interesting. So far, nothing big, but they are getting yards out of it, and they're kind of at a mid-3rd down here.
Looking to throw. Richardson pumps once, fires across the middle, deflected and incomplete. The Carolina drive will stall out at the 44. Jeremy, early in this game, but any thoughts about going for this?
No, I think you definitely punt it here. It's too early. You don't want to give the Seattle offense as the type of field position you would give them if you fail when you can pin them deep, which they're going to try to do here.
So December 14th, round 1 of the SFL draft, as well as season preview for next year. The SFL rookie draft. We're going to put a lot of new people and a lot of new faces on a lot of teams, Jeremy. It's going to be an exciting day.
Yeah, and you know, the rookie process is still ongoing. There's still tons of weeks to join the league, get your check-ins in, build value towards that draft, and get yourself drafted on live television so you can find a home and come into this league and make an impact. And potentially help your team win an SFL championship.
The punt pins Seattle deep. Jock Ulandula will bring the offensive unit back out. Went down the field on the first drive. Got 6 points via a Zach Sandlin run right up the middle. And now it'll be a new set of downs from their own 5-yard line. Give Sandlin up the gut here, and Sandlin will pick up 3 to the 8.
Yeah, and you got number 99, Siobhan Prasad, the linebacker, coming up and making the hit on Zach Sandlin. Prasad doing a good job holding down the linebacker core for the Skyhawks defense. He's going to need to be in on a lot of those Sandlin carries to help his defense out.
4-3 look here, looking to throw. Dumps it out to Sandlin off the right-hand side, and Sandlin trucked down at the 12. Nice hit on the outside there for the Skyhawks.
Daniel Pruitt coming up and laying the wood on Sandlin. Not something we're going to see often, especially from a 5'11", 200-pound cornerback, but great hit on him. And here we are in another third down for Seattle.
Two backs in the backfield. 4-3 look out of the Skyhawks, shifting all over the place in the linebacker side. They will give to Sandlin up the gut. Sandlin not going to get there. Good stop by the Skyhawks.
Exactly what the Skyhawks defense needs to do to stay in this game. Now after this punt, they're likely going to have really good field position coming off of a good third down stop.
From the 13, punting from his own end zone, Geronimo Coffins will kick this one away. Return coming for Prasad. Out to the 47, nifty little return, almost shook loose. Well, Jeremy, they went to Randy Mercury a lot during that first drive. Mercury on the season coming into today's game, 193 carries, 663 yards, 3.4 yards a carry, but they have made a commitment to him early tonight.
Early and often on the ground, which is interesting because he's a second on the receptions with 67, and they haven't thrown the ball yet. So let's see if they kind of go to him in the passing attack as well.
Sully Richardson under center. Quick drop. Will throw the out route there. Wide open on the outside was Harish Prasad, and he has a first down to the 36. And just like that, Carolina is back in striking distance.
And Sully, so far, against a pretty good Seattle defense who ranks 6th in points per game, 3rd in passing yards, is doing a good job of finding his open receiver and delivering some strikes. And they're knocking on the door for field goal range and possibly even more.
Prasad brought to Carolina 3 seasons ago, now playing in his 3rd. Flipping it out here to Mercury on the outside. Mercury tries to make the first man miss. Will only get a 3-yard pickup brought down on the outside by the Tyrants.
Mario Martino, one of the cornerbacks who went undrafted for Seattle, has done a really good job of just playing the opposite side to Iverson Gamble, who's a long-time player for this Seattle franchise.
2 receivers split out, 2 in the backfield for the Skyhawks. Handing off Mercury with plenty of room, and Mercury, doesn't have the first down. They're going to mark him short. Looked like he got it to me, but a spot that does not go his way.
Yeah, and I don't want to pass judgment on these refs, but I think that was a bad spot. It looked like he picked up that first down, but I guess we'll find out if there's a challenge or not.
After 7-0, Tyrants on top of the Carolina Skyhawks from David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium will return after a short break. Today's Simulation Football League broadcast on Twitch is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. Brought to you in part by Fuel Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new SFLinteractive.net today. By Matt Doyle Designs, the official branding partner of the SFL. And by MediaTek Institute. Turn your passion into your profession. Aerial shots today brought to you by AirViews United by Drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. AIRVUZ.com. Speaking of aerial footage, Carolina, the Skyhawks back on offense here in Raleigh, North Carolina. First play from scrimmage after the break, a handoff to Mercury, and he has the first down out to the 24. Jeremy, he's looked good today.
Yeah, he has, and especially on that run, he actually had to shed off a big defender behind the line of scrimmage, and he was able to pick up the first down and extend this drive 4 yards shy of the red zone. And if Carolina can keep this drive up, which they looked really good on, they'll be able to tie the game.
Carolina fullback Tony Zoma back out onto the field to help block for this throw, and that is incomplete. Richardson tried to go short, and it didn't work.
No, and there's the rookie side of Sully Richardson that you see right there on that play. Just didn't see the second linebacker there, and fired in there, and is lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Angel Salinas was the linebacker coming in to make the play, a Week 9 rookie. Rookies all over the field making an impact here for Seattle. 4 receivers wide here for Richardson on 2nd and 10. Out route caught by Prasad. That'll pick up another couple yards. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 17. And the key here is take care of the football.
Yeah, turnover would be devastating on this drive that they've put together. But 3 yards out, I kind of honestly want to see them give the ball to, excuse me, Randy Mercury, kind of up the middle.
Only 6 in the box for the Seattle Tyrants. 2 tight ends on the line for Carolina. They do give to Mercury, and Mercury plows his way forward for a first down to the 14. What a run.
And for a running back who, only has 663 yards over the course of the season, is running really well today. He's seeing the holes that his offensive linemen are creating for him, and he's punching it right through. And so far, he's got his offense inside the 15.
Another handoff. Mercury this time up for another 3-yard pickup. That time Tony Zoma was blocking for him. And Jeremy, I'd like to see him get involved a little bit. Only 11 carries the entire season, but they pay him like a star. They need to get him going.
Yeah, and he does a good job of blocking for Randy Mercury, but getting him out in the flats would be a really good idea, as I doubt Seattle would be game planning for him to be out there.
High formation. Richardson deep drop, has time and fires. That one's tipped up and picked off. Taken away by the Seattle Tyrants. It's Lyric Jenkins with the interception.
Just a bad decision from Sully Richardson. He's going to be kicking himself. He tried to fit that one in the window, and it was just tipped and intercepted. And I'm not sure about the play call there. Skyhawks only had 3 receivers going out for a pass, and the Seattle's defense dropped practically everybody back in coverage.
The one they call Pop-Tart came out of the toaster and took that football away. And the Seattle Tyrants have a new set of downs at their own 20. And they're going for Pater. Tristan Carr down the sideline across the 50 to the 44. One play, and Tristan Carr breaks free and flips the field.
Great play design from Seattle's offensive coordinator. Just kind of does a little crossing route with his receiver. The defense wasn't expecting it. They didn't pick up on Carr, and Carr was left wide open, made a tremendous catch there, and just used his speed to move the ball downfield. And that's a great way to start your drive coming off of an interception.
It's a 50Z tight end cross. It looked like Mason Kirby was running a little bit of a slant route, and the defense bit on that, and Tristan Carr got free on the outside. Handoff here to Sandlin. Sandlin pressured a little bit, and he will only pick up 3 there.
So far, I'm liking the way the Skyhawks defense is swarming to Sandlin, because like we said earlier, it's going to take more than just one guy, unless you're Tristan Hatley, to bring Sandlin down. And so far, they're doing a good job of just locating where he's going and getting to him.
4-3 look out of Carolina. 4 receivers split wide. Sandlin the lone back. They give to Sandlin. He plows through 1, through 2, and a first down to the 32-yard line. Strong running from Zach Sandlin.
Very strong, and even if you swarm him, there's going to be times where he's going to lower his shoulder and just run through you guys. But at least they didn't give up anything big. The swarming right there, doing a good job of at least containing him from breaking off the big touchdown runs, which led to his MVP season last season.
Seattle 8-2 has locked up their playoff spot, is trying to jostle for seeding now. Very important home field advantage going out throughout the playoffs. Seattle, a new franchise and a new city in the SFL, would love to see a home playoff game, and they love to see that first down catch made on the outside there by Nick Castle.
Man, what a great way to start your expansion season. Going 8-2, opening up in the playoffs with a home game. It's just something your fans love to see.
Hand off to Sandlin up the middle. Zach Sandlin picks up 5. Seattle moving from Dallas after last season. The Roughnecks convert to the Tyrants and move the team and the franchise from Dallas to Seattle up north. And now in their first season wearing the blue and green, are trying to find their way into a long and deep playoff run. There was a lot of questions in the offseason, Jeremy, about whether with Stephen Mullinex leaving, whether Crash Combs would be able to run the ship completely, and he runs that one right into the end zone. The throw to Nick Castle was perfect, and the route was ran just where it needed to be, and Nick Castle has a touchdown.
And Crash Combs and this team and this organization have answered all those questions, and they've proved it on the field, and they continue to prove it today against the Skyhawks with a great throw there from their quarterback to their receiver. And Nick Castle, what a great addition to this offense. If you thought Seattle had enough weapons, now you got to game plan for one more, Nick Castle.
Castle, Week 7 rookie signing. We've heard his name quite a bit. Haven't heard junior, senior, the third, or Mason Kirby's name called out today just yet. But Nick Castle has been running the show for them receiving-wise.
So far today, yeah, absolutely. I mean, great job by Skyhawks for keeping JS3, Mason Kirby under wraps. But, man, like I said, the amount of weapons that the Seattle offense has to work with in Carr and now Nick Castle, it's tough to defend all of them every week.
To continue the point, Stephen Mullinex, the former owner of the Dallas Roughnecks, then went on to become offensive coordinator for the Mexico City Aztecs, where they are also having a playoff-worthy season, and these two teams with the potential to meet down the road. And
what a matchup that would be. Seattle got the best of MXC early on in the season, but it's very obvious MXC has been clicking since then and all season. And if we can get that matchup in the playoffs, man, that would be big. That'd be exciting to watch.
Big opportunity here in Week 12 for Seattle to affect their playoff seeding. Flip outside there by Richardson is good for a 4-yard pickup. Jeremy, only 1 week of after this one of regular season SFL action, and then the fun starts, the playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs are something that's it's an exciting time of the year, but with that being said, it's very disheartening that the regular season has flown by and that this season is almost over. But with the playoffs around the corner, things are going to heat up.
Here is a throw, and that one's still sitting on the receiver, then falls incomplete. Richardson was trying to hit Prasad out there and almost corralled it.
Sully was just under some tough pressure there, and I'm not even sure if he was able to get a good read on where his receiver was. I think he just kind of saw him out of his peripherals and tried to fire one in there as it was tightly covered by this Tyrants defense.
4 receivers split out now. 1 quarterback in the backfield, 1 tight end on the line. Here is Richardson, pressured immediately, and Richardson is going to get dropped. Seattle brought the pressure. They get to him, and on 3rd down, a sack will force Carolina into a punting situation. Denzel Maverick
picking up his 10th and a half sack on the season. It's got to be frustrating for the offensive line coach of the Skyhawks when Seattle brings 3 guys and they still get to your quarterback and he's not able to get a clean pocket and find an open receiver to extend the drive, and now they're forced to punt.
Kick is away. Fair catch called for at the 37. So with 5:17 to play in the first half, it's a 14-0 lead for Seattle, and they get the ball back. Looking at the top 6 here, they actually are within the top 5, and a lot of teams there within the top 5 conversation. 8-2, 8-3 is in that realm. 7-3, even Alaska with an opportunity there. So a lot of jostling for position still up for grabs, as well as in the other end, Jeremy, a couple teams still trying to find their way into the playoffs. Sandlin on this run has room, and Zach Sandlin out to the 43. Talk about some burst.
If you have been scouting Sandlin all season, then you must know something that I do not, because I did not know that Zach Sandlin had a 5th gear. He turned on the burners there, covered a lot of ground, picking up a first down and moving that ball into Skyhawks territory. Unbelievable speed from somebody that big, and that's why Sandlin is the reigning MVP and still one of the top 5 best halfbacks in this league.
It's like a bowling ball heading right down the lane looking for pins. 4 receivers wide here, and Luyendula will sidearm one. That is caught by Mason Kirby. First down to the 33.
You know, my favorite part of this Seattle's offense doesn't even come from any of their players. It comes from the game planning. You know, they're able to get these receivers running these precise routes that has the defense leaving somebody wide open, and Luyendula able just to always find that guy and complete these high percentage passes.
And here goes Sandlin into the open field. Touchdown, Seattle. They add to their lead.
Oh my goodness, you can hear the crowd reacting, letting the Skyhawks team know how they're feeling right now. 21-0, Sandlin just almost completely untouched on there. Great blocking. He broke one tackle and then just used that unknown speed to me to punch the ball into the end zone. And so far, Seattle up big on this Carolina team.
Big touchdown run from Sandlin extends this lead, and Carolina finds themselves in a hole, now down 20-0 with an extra point now on the way, and that is going to be good. 21-0 Seattle on top of Carolina.
I almost can't believe how much time has gone by. You know, I'm sending a text message to SFL headquarters right now, double checking the time, because it does not seem like we only have 4.5 minutes left in this first half. It has absolutely flown by.
So the Skyhawks will get the ball back. Had a good drive a couple of series ago. They went all the way down to the other side. And here is a good return from Harish Prasad into the open field. And Prasad is going to go the distance. Touchdown, Carolina Skyhawks. They answer back immediately.
Harish Prasad, one of the best receivers in this franchise's history, and he may very well go down as one of the best return men in franchise history. Just a great way to spark his team. Now, if the defense can go out, get a stop, get this offense the ball back, and if the offense before half can go down and score a touchdown, one possession game going into halftime, brand new ball game with 2 quarters left. This is exactly what the Skyhawks needed.
Prasad with a good angle there, kind of angled everyone to the right-hand side, then cut back and just had the speed to beat them to the sideline on the return there. And, well, when your offense isn't working too well, Jeremy, get the special teams involved.
You have to win these games with all 3 phases. Special teams plays a big part. Some people may not think that it's as big as the offense or the defense, but they can play their part. And we've seen teams in the league rely on their special teams to win games, and that's why you pay these guys with that type of speed.
21-7, Carolina sent their defense to the sideline. They splashed some Gatorade in their mouth, and now it's time to turn around and get right back out on the field.
Yeah, that could actually help this Skyhawks team. Seattle had to drive downfield for possession. They got a short break. They could be gas coming out here, and that could be what the Skyhawks need, that little extra something to get them off the field.
4:10 here in the second. Skyhawks defense coming out. Phil Hall, Christopher Colon, and Forrest Stark are the defensive linemen. DJ Majesty, Shravan Prasad are the linebackers. Zane Doty, Rochelle Colston, and Tristan Hatley are the defensive backs for Carolina, along with Wally Herman, the kicker. This first play is a run for 5. Sandlin able to get out to the 32.
5.2 yards per carry. That means 2 carries for Sandlin. He's got you a first down. You could just cruise to a win with numbers like that. We'll see if they continue to improve or drop with the Skyhawks defense stepping up.
Once the Skyhawks haven't challenged the run game too much, Jeremy. There was, I think, one drive where they were able to cut it short. But until you can consistently stop that, if I'm Seattle, I'm just going to continue to feed the Sandman, and he has another first down. He's hungry for those first downs, and he eats another one.
Seattle's offense behind Sandlin is just, they're just moving the sticks consistently. And, you know, that could be why this is one of the best offenses in the league right now, is they just move the sticks. They pick up first downs. You don't stop them a lot on third down. Like I said, 62% conversion on third down, first in the league. You know, it's just really tough to stop this offense. And they put up numbers. They put up points.
First and 10 from the 41. William Dula to throw. Pressure coming. Is able to get it away. And oh my gosh, put it in a window. You could not have thrown a better ball to junior senior the third.
JS the third picking up his first catch of the game. And what a reception that was. The concentration not to take your eye off the ball when it's just zooming right past a couple of defenders. This is exactly why he leads the team in receptions, leads the team in yards. He's just the go-to guy for Lulian Dula.
He was draped in red, but was still able to somehow make that grab. Triple coverage. Lulian Dula shows no fear. And I tell you what, Jeremy, sometimes that's a dangerous trait to have as a quarterback.
Yeah, you know, so if you got a quarterback out there just slinging it, sometimes it's not going to pay off. But so far this season, it's been paying off well for Lulian Dula, who's got a good touchdown to interception ratio on the season.
Junior senior the third with 82 grabs, now 83 this season for 827 yards. And now a big sack for Carolina. Coming up the middle was Christopher Colon. And at 6'5", 300 pounds, he puts William Dula to the ground.
Yeah, back-to-back plays for the front line of the Skyhawks defense, stuffing the run and then getting a sack. That's exactly what they needed.
That will bring us to the 2-minute warning. 120 seconds to go here in Raleigh. 21-7, Seattle trying to add some points. Jeremy Vega along with Andy Hamilton tonight. 21-7 is the score. Tyrants trying to add some points before the halftime break. Carolina will get the ball to start the second half of play. High snap. Lulian Dula corrals it. Tries a fire down the middle, and it's picked off. Carolina takes it away. The interception made by Rochelle Colston.
Rochelle Colston coming up big for her defense with her 4th interception of the season. Initially, I thought Seattle's receiver had the positioning on that ball and was going to make the catch, but Rochelle making a big play for her defense, and now she's giving the ball back to the offense. And like I said, if this offense can go down, score a touchdown, it's a 1-possession game going into halftime, which would completely erase that 21-0 deficit.
She had 2 interceptions against the Oklahoma City Renegades last week. She has another one here against Seattle today. And Sully Richardson is going to get dropped for a loss of 6 on the first play there on this Carolina drive.
And the Skyhawks offensive line, I guess they just didn't pick up on the blitz. They had 2 guys coming free to the right side. Nobody picked them up, and Sully paid the price. And now 2nd and 16, that's not how they wanted to start this drive off the interception.
3 receivers wide, Mercury the lone back. Here is Richardson to throw, fires, completes to Prasad, and they will only have 3 yards between them and a first down. Nice throw.
Very nice throw, picking up 13 of the 16 yards. And now 3rd and 3, they cannot let Seattle's defense hold them here. They got to pick this up and continue going down the field, and time's ticking.
And I think they let that time roll just to see what happens here. Mercury on the handoff is not going to get there, dragged down at the 34. And Jeremy, now they can let this clock run down to about 15, 20 seconds before they have to kick.
If I'm Seattle, I'm taking a timeout here. Carolina's
They
only
should.
stopped you one time. You're letting all this time burn off. You got 3 timeouts. I guess they think and believe that they can score quickly with the time that's going to be left on that clock.
I'm with you. Mike Johnson will come out, and in theory, he shouldn't snap this till about 2 seconds. We'll see what they do here. Clock now down to 25 seconds in the half. Trying to give Seattle as little time as possible. Great job by Johnson. Low snap. He's going to get the boot to it. Kick is away, and Seattle will bring it back out only to the 30. 12 seconds, 3 timeouts to work with. You can't turn those timeouts into points for prizes later, Jeremy, and they decide to save them.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm thinking this is kind of a second half strategy move here by Seattle's coaching staff. Seattle has completely dominated time of possession throughout the first half, and their guys could be tired, and maybe they're comfortable taking a run and going into halftime.
3 receivers wide here with 12 seconds to go. 4-2 nickel look out of Carolina. Luyendula to throw. Out route is caught and getting out of bounds with 8 seconds left on the clock is Mason Kirby.
A nice little sidearm throw from Luyendula there. Pretty accurate with the sidearm. It's not usually the case with most quarterbacks.
Yeah, usually you like to see an over-the-shoulder throw, something that it's a little more traditional in terms of a drop back and a throw, but sidearm, if it works, it works. I will never tell a quarterback not to if it gets the job done. Sandlin the lone back. 4 receivers wide. This could be the last play of the half, depending on what it is. It is a handoff to Sandlin. It is up the middle. They're going to give him the first down, and now Seattle will take the timeout, maybe try a Hail Mary.
Yeah, I'm thinking Seattle's coming out here in the Hail Mary for Luyendula has got the arm strength to push that ball 59 yards. We'll see if they can get some kind of miracle play here. I'm not saying I'm wishing for a Hail Mary to be completed, but I've personally never seen one. And that's where I'll just leave that comment at.
Tristan Carr might be the most likely target. 6'7", 249. Both receivers on this receiving core are 6'5" in their own right, so lots of tall options for Luyendula. But he is pressured, is able to get away from one, but not the second. Carolina brought the house, and Christopher Colon gets the sack to end the half. 21-7, Seattle on top. We'll take a second look here at Christopher Colon's sack.
Yeah, almost pushed into Luyendula from the offensive lineman. Great play regardless.
Heading to the halftime break, Seattle on top 21-7 over Carolina. But Jeremy, some highlights for Carolina. They were able to have a return touchdown and then a Rochelle Colston interception.
Yeah, not all bad for Carolina here in the first half. I think they got to do something defensively to slow down Seattle's offense. There it is, time of possession, 6 more minutes in the first half. Seattle's defense holding Carolina under 100 yards in the first half, while Seattle's offense is picking up 15 first downs. I think that's going to tell you the story as to why the score is 21-7 here.
Sandlin, some strong runs have put this team out in front. On the Carolina side, they have been trying to keep up with a heavy dose of Randy Mercury. It has worked with mixed results.
Yeah, Mercury, 1 reception. As I said earlier, he's second on the team in receptions. They've only gone to him once. They want to utilize him on the ground. Pass game. They must have seen something in their scouting this week leading up to the game. So far, nothing big coming from Randy Mercury, but there's still a second half for him to try to break something big.
On the Seattle defensive side of the ball, they have been trying to stop Carolina and have been doing it effectively. 0 offensive points through the first half for the Carolina Skyhawks. The 1 touchdown came on a kickoff return. If you're just tuning in, Seattle has scored on both the run and the pass game. A big Zach Sandlin run that you see on your screen now really took the top off this game. It was 21-0 at one point, but then this Harish Prasad return was able to put Carolina on the board. They will get the ball after the break. Jeremy, what are you looking for in terms of adjustments from the Skyhawks?
You got to go, as the Skyhawks offense, you got to go to something other than the short to intermediate routes. maybe take a chance downfield. What I noticed was Seattle's defense starting to creep up because, you know, they got a good read on what Carolina was doing the first half. They're either running it or they're going short. So maybe try something over the top. Another big play could spark your team in a comeback effort here in the second half.
Second half is back. We are in David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium, Raleigh, North Carolina. It is a beautiful sunny day here in North Carolina and a beautiful day for Week 12 Simulation Football League action. We want to thank everyone who is watching. We will get to some chat shout-outs here later within the broadcast, but for now, Andy Hamilton and Jeremy Vega, we will kick you off for the second half. Carolina will get the ball first, and they will start their drive at the 28. So it is going to be 1st and 10, Jeremy. 28-yard line is where they will start. And for this Carolina offense, they started out with a lot of Randy Mercury, have hit Harish Prasad a few times, have hit Dupree Hudson once, yet to hit Jack Flash, the tight end, and yet to have any action from Tony Zoma, the fullback. They start with a handoff to Mercury. He loses another yard there.
That's E.K. Vincent coming up with the tackle. He's been relatively quiet in the first half, but you know, if you're E.K. Vincent, I'm sure he's completely okay with having a quiet first half as the rest of his defensive unit has stepped up big.
Two backs in the backfield, 2nd and 11 from the 27. They give to Mercury with room. Mercury out across the 41, had a first down and was trying to split the defense for more, but only got out to the 41-yard line.
His biggest run of the game so far. The offensive line really opened that one up as Seattle's defense kind of over pursued, leaving Randy Mercury wide open up the middle, and he was able to pick up some big yards, and they're going to need more of that. And so far, their opening drive out of the half is it's going great.
Finally brought down by Mario Martino, the cornerback, undrafted, 6'3", 215, circled over to make the play. The receivers wide, give out of the backfield to Mercury. Tried to make a man miss, could not. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Great wrap up one-on-one tackle there. Pete Mitchell coming up there, another rookie for the Seattle defense. Didn't let Mercury shake him there with the move.
From the 42, 2nd and 10 with 9.5 minutes to play. They give to Mercury again. This dedication to Mercury is starting to hurt them. He loses 2 there.
I definitely don't like the play call there on 2nd and 10, and it resulted in a 2-yard loss. And now Carolina has not been doing a good job converting on 3rd down. And like I said earlier, now they're going to really have to push this ball downfield if they want to extend the drive.
Mahmoud Ajlani with the tackle there, 62 this season, 6.5 a game. Deep throw and deep shot here is intercepted, taken away by the Seattle Tyrants. Their 2nd of the game. This one picked off deep down the field by Mahmoud Ajlani himself. He led the team coming into the week with 6 interceptions, makes it 7 on the season there.
Mahmoud, who took a year off from football, back this season with the new team in Seattle, now with his 7th interception, putting him 2 behind the league leader, Alex Bond of Tallahassee, and he has just been such a great acquisition for Seattle's secondary, and he's showing it there.
Big pick there will change the fate of this game. Shovel pass here to Sandlin. Sandlin with blockers, and he has a first down out to the 48. That one looked dead to rights, but Sandlin made it something special.
He definitely made it something special because Sandlin is something special. In his sophomore season, he is just doing nothing wrong, as he's just so hard to bring down, as you see there, and he just almost picks up a first down on his first carry in the second half. He did pick up a first down, excuse me.
Yeah, out to the 48 will be a fresh set of downs here for the Tyrants, and they are going to go empty backfield. Carolina 4 on the line. They will only bring 3. Late throw is caught by Tristan Carr. First down to the 41. The trash man with another grab.
as a defensive coordinator, it's gotta be frustrating to try to defend the Seattle offense. You're always so worried about what Sandlin's gonna do, and then you're worried about the deep threat possibilities from the weapons in the pass attack. And then when you try to guard both, William Dula uses actually hit his tight end right over the middle for a first down.
From the 41, now under 8 minutes to play. They will take the snap. William Dula blocked or covered well. They will throw it outside. That is caught for a 4-yard pickup for the Seattle Tyrants. JS3 on the grab.
William Dula tripling Sully Richardson here in the game. And again, Seattle's offense remaining very efficient, picking up first downs, controlling the time of possession. And this is the type of offense and more so team effort that they're going to need when they go into the playoffs, is controlling the ball and playing great defense.
Trevon Prasad met Zach Sandlin in the hole there, was able to get the stop. It'll be 3rd and 6.
It's not been a great day for the Skyhawks defense getting Seattle off the field and holding them on 3rd down. This has been a great drive from Seattle. They're not in field goal range, so if you can get them off here, you can erase the good plays that Seattle has put together out of the second half.
Big chance to get off the field, as you said there, Jeremy. Flipping it out is William Dula, caught but tackled short of the sticks. Nice job by Carolina corralling to the ball to make the play. It was made by Rochelle Colston. She has been a force for this Skyhawks defense.
Definitely. She's already got an interception. If I'm Seattle, I would go for this, honestly, but they're going to leave it up to their kicker to try to make this a 3-possession game.
Chip Longfellow is on to attempt this one. It'll be about a 47-yarder. They're going to give Longfellow the shot. Snap back kick on the way, and it is going to be good. Just enough from 48 yards for the field goal.
Just enough is right. We may get a better view here, and it really just looked like he had inches over that crossbar for a field goal, but good is good. Now they're up 3 possessions here in the middle of the 3rd quarter.
Longfellow lived up to his last name there and was able to hit the long field goal to make it 24-7. Seattle over Carolina. The Skyhawks, after the Mahmoud Ajlani interception, give up 3 points to the Tyrants.
And watch Harish Prasad, who's looking to make another big play here in the return game. Unfortunately, he's wrapped up there, but Harish can break one big if the defense can give him some punt return opportunities, which Seattle's offense has only punted once, I believe. You may be able to correct me on that, but get this guy some more opportunities in the special teams.
Chat shout-outs now. D-Rec 900, Crash Combs, Nick Castle, DeBrown Knight, The Dead Knight 57, Coach Craven is here as well. Have seen lots of people popping in and out. AJ today, Jackson Packer, Fred, as well as many others who are tuning in. We thank you guys for being a part of today's broadcast. Seattle and Carolina, another game going on live on 11 Sports as we speak. It's a good one over there if you're looking to watch 2 games at once, potentially. I, Jeremy, always enjoy watching 2 games at once. It's Oklahoma City and Atlanta over there, 2 teams, one of which who is currently in the playoff conversation, the other of which who is still trying to remain relevant in it.
Yeah, and Atlanta's doing a good job of positioning themselves to make the playoffs for the first time in 3 seasons. And we'll see if they can win today's matchup and make that playoff race even more interesting for the wild card.
Well, that screen out to Mercury there did not position himself with the best way to potentially gain a first down. It'll now be 3rd and 8 for the Carolina Skyhawks, who are trying to keep a drive alive here late in this game. Deep drop, blocked well. This one complete across the middle to the 46. Harish Prasad with the catch, but I believe the Randy Mercury block in the backfield was better.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that block, Sully Richardson is once again hitting the dirt, but remained poised in the pocket, trusted his halfback to pick up the block, and found his receiver, Harish Prasad, open for a first down. And that's really good for the Skyhawks offense, as it could have been ugly going 3 and out after giving up points to Seattle.
Everyone has to do their part. Hand off Mercury up the middle again. Mercury Gets out to midfield, a 3-yard pickup that looked more like 4, but 3 it is.
I'm kind of happy that the Seattle is not abandoning the run. You know, you've already pretty much known what the success of this season has given you, and to continue to let your halfback grow within the offense by running the ball, even late in the season when you're down, it's kind of nice to see as they're letting their young back continue to get this experience, even against some of the better defenses in the SFL.
Randy Mercury only his second season in the league. Tony Zoma, the fullback, his first year in the league, a week 2 signing there, 6'2", 240. So you mentioned it there, Jeremy, just trying to get something going there that you can potentially build off of in future seasons. Same to go along with Sully Richardson and his career, a newer quarterback, a pick 4 in the last rookie draft. They're trying to get him into a bit of rhythm, and they do so there with a first down pickup on the throw to Bob Klein.
I'm liking the drive from the Skyhawks. You know, the play calling's coming in smoothly. They're mixing up pass run, and so far they've moved the ball into Seattle territory. Now they just cannot stall on third down. So far, able to pick up those first downs this drive.
Fresh set of downs. They will flip it out to Mercury on the outside. Mercury, walloped, could not make the first man miss, and Kane Vasquez made him pay the price.
First time we're kind of hearing from Kane, and man, what a way to show up for your first tackle. Just blowing up Randy Mercury. Big hit. I know Kane on this defense is known for laying the hammer down on opposing offensive players.
2nd and 9 from the 39. 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Handoff here to Mercury. Mercury had room to the outside, decided to spin back inside, and is able to pick up a couple to the 35.
Just a case of trying to do a little too much. Like you said, he had it wide open to the outside, and he just tried to break it back inside. Another, rookie mistake, but he is growing, and he may hit that hole next time he gets the opportunity.
Throwing here. Nearly threw an interception. It would have been a big boy pick as Ricky Skizzard had dropped back into coverage. Jeremy, you don't like to see turnovers, but you would have loved to see the big guy get his hands on that one.
Yeah, that probably would have sent the Seattle defense into a frenzy. As a rookie, it's hard to read coverages, and it's even harder when defensive linemen are dropping back. You think you have the open slant because the linebackers aren't covering it, and then you fire it, and the defensive end is coming in out of nowhere, almost picking it off. But that's why he plays defensive end, because he doesn't have the best hands.
Coffin corner punt goes out of bounds at the 13, and that is where Seattle's offensive unit will come back out onto the field. Jeremy, any thoughts about putting in some backups and maybe resting the starters?
Because injuries last game to game here, I'm letting this offense continue to play the game. You may have locked up a playoff spot, but it's never too late to continue to try to build rhythm and, try new things in this offense.
Run up the middle. That one actually by Luyendula himself is going to pick up 8.
A broken play, but Luyendula showing his athletic skills by putting a spin on a defender and picking up 8 yards. Man, this guy can almost do everything, and that's why you're hearing his name in the conversation of MVP along with Ray Bentley, Matt Wilson, and Reggie Streeter.
2nd and 2, 4-3 look out of this Skyhawk defense. The hand up the middle to Sandlin. Sandlin, a first down run out to the 23. The clock will continue to roll, and Zach Sandlin has continued to roll through quite the run game today.
Up over 100 yards in the game. Sandlin also with 2 touchdowns, continuing to run hard against this Skyhawks defense that has just been left out on the field for majority of the game.
3 wide, they give to Sandlin again. Sandlin up the middle, and he will pick up 7 to the 30-yard line. Big run from Zach.
Rochelle and Tristan Hatley, the safeties, coming up, making a double-team tackle on Sandlin, not letting him get the first down. Good play by them, but he still picked up 7 yards, making a short second down, and the ball's likely going right back to him.
4-3 look again. Sandlin, the only one in the backfield. Looking to throw. They will complete to the outside. Man, this Seattle team is just striking on all cylinders today, Jeremy.
Yeah, they've almost just played perfectly. I mean, Luyendula doing everything in his power to complete these passes and find the open receivers, and he's doing a great job of that on top of Sandlin running hard. I mean, Seattle's just clicking.
4 receivers wide, handoff up the middle. Sandlin that time is cut down right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there coming up the middle to make the play for the Carolina Skyhawks. 2nd and 9 from the 42. 109 is the rating for Jacques Luyendula. 193 yards and a touchdown today. The 1 interception to Rochelle Colston. 4-3 look out of the Skyhawks defense. Luyendula short underneath, and that is going to be caught. It'll be 3rd and 6, but let's take a game break. Cameron Irvine will come in from the studio. Cam?
Thank you, Andy. Well, big game in Atlanta today, live on the 11 Sports Network, and the Oklahoma City Renegades have showed up. Halfway through the second quarter, Renegades lead the Swarm on the road, 10-7, trying to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. Back to Jeremy and Andy in Raleigh.
Thanks, Cam. Handoff here to Sandlin. Sandlin, a little stop and go, has the first down, and that will end the third quarter. What a juke and a move from Zach Sandlin to move the chains.
Yeah, his athletic ability this game has really impressed me. We all know he's capable of just running through walls, but man, his agility and speed have just been on display today.
That'll take us to the end of the third. Seattle in the driver's seat, 24-7 over the Carolina Skyhawks. We'll be right back. Today's Simulation Football League broadcast on Twitch is brought to you in part by Nation's Best Football, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help secure the bag. By ScoreStream, official live scoring app of the SFL. By Sector 6, custom esports jerseys and apparel and the exclusive SFL shop provider. And by SpyGoat, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial maneuvers here, brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. Going back to Sector 6, Jeremy, I'm actually wearing my new Sector 6 esports jersey. Right now, it is very comfortable.
Yeah, and you know, coming into the league, if you're new to this league, when you get drafted, you will be able to purchase gear from your team, and that's got to be just as exciting as finding yourself on the field competing for SFL championships.
First throw here is outside, caught, turning upfield with a little bit of room. Nice run up to the 29-yard line there. Catch made, and the run after the catch, a good one from junior senior the third.
Yeah, seeing that stat line from Rochelle Colson, it seems like from an individual perspective, she is laying it all on the line with 9 tackles and an interception. Definitely doing her part, but it's going to be a team effort for Carolina to climb back into this one. And it definitely starts with not letting JS the third catch a ball and run it up the field for a first down.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Out route there is caught, turned upfield again. Another first down to the 18. And Jeremy, I want to go back to the jersey for just a moment. I think the coolest part about these jerseys is that you can customize them and get your number on the jersey as well. So junior senior the third could put 86 on his and put senior the third on the back, and you can do so for either your favorite player or your own player.
Yeah, and with the holidays coming up, draft is December 14th. You'll find yourself on a team in time to get some stuff ordered for the holidays. You know, everything is aligning perfectly for these rookies to find themselves on the field wearing team gear and getting hyped up for season 14.
That is true. You got to love the opportunity to potentially have, your parents or you could buy a jersey for one of your friends. I know there's a lot of family members around the league. You could buy your family member a jersey with their name on the back for Christmas or whatever holidays you celebrate. Dumped across the middle here. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3.
Yeah, and as an owner in the Simulation FL, I am fully expecting to receive a player jersey from every single one of my players for Christmas. I hope it's raining jerseys here in Denver.
So wait, you want the jersey from your players?
Yeah, I want each of my players to order their own jersey and mail it to me.
Oh, for you.
Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll hang
I
them all
understand.
across the wall.
It's like be like a jersey swap, except you're not giving them anything.
Nope.
Jump to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Was trying to hit Carr.
Carr running wide open, but just ran out of real estate there, setting up a 3rd and goal from the 3. And if Seattle punches this one in, you got to think that it's pretty much over in the sense of a comeback from Carolina, but not over for Carolina to, try to build up some, I don't know, what would you say, build up some momentum for next season?
Yep. Here is Luyendula out route and wide open for the touchdown grab. Mason Kirby extends the lead. Touchdown Tyrants. Well, it was just an out route. It was easy enough, and Kirby was able to shake the defender and find the end zone for 6, adding to Seattle's total today.
Yeah, Kirby just a 6'5", big target on the outside for Luyendula, picking up his 9th touchdown of the season. Great job, and like I said, this one might be a little too much for Carolina to overcome.
30-7, extra point will make it 31-7. Seattle on top of Carolina after the Mason Kirby touchdown and the extra point from Chip Longfellow. But like you said, Jeremy, no matter what the outcome of today's game is for Carolina, an opportunity to add some points onto their total and prepare for next year. It's always a learning experience every week that you get to put together a playbook.
Yeah, absolutely. And, your quarterback is a rookie, your fullback is a rookie, your halfback's in his sophomore year, your offensive coordinator's in his first year. It's a very, very young team. And with the competition being so great here in the SFL, it's not easy to win when you're that young of an offense. But they have had some good showings throughout the season, maybe not at a high consistent level, but nonetheless, they are able to, put together some good game plans and execute. And we'll see them likely just try some things and try to build for next season.
When you talked about it, Jeremy, a lot of rookies on this Carolina side of the ball. On the Seattle side of the ball, no star rookies. Everyone who is a star player for this Seattle team is a veteran. They have a couple of, they have 4 rookie mid-year signings that play for them, but a lot of veterans on this team as they look to head into, for a lot of them, their second playoff berth of their careers.
And that veteran leadership is something that pays off big when you get into the playoffs against some of these high-powered teams led by these veteran stars and veteran coaches who know what to do. And, for Seattle sitting there at the 4th seed, they still have a chance to move up, claim the number 2 seed. But that veteran leadership is going to pay off big for them going into the playoffs.
Off to Mercury is good for a first down, but you mentioned it there. Tim Johnston for Baltimore, Frank Gooden for Tallahassee. Lots of veteran coaches, and Crash Combs trying to add his name to that list. He'll be going into his second tenure of playoff conversation after going with Stephen Mullinex and that team last year. He will make the return. 8-2 so far for Seattle. What a season they have had for all intensive purposes after, somewhat of some doubt from the SFL media, myself included, wondering what might come with Stephen Mullinex's departure from this franchise. But they, like you said, Jeremy, they haven't missed a step.
No, and if the playoffs started now, Seattle would be hosting Mexico City for the 2nd time this season, and what a matchup that would be. We would all love to see it. And I just got to say, Cain Vasquez should be locked up for delivering a brutal hit to the receiver there on that last play.
Mercury wrapped up in the backfield nearly immediately by Jukin Rukin. Haven't called his name much tonight. Was of a rookie sensation last year at 6'2", 320 pounds, and now it'll be 2nd and 13. From the 49, here is Sully Richardson. Dumps it across the middle, is able to pick up half of that. And there, Jeremy, I think is the learning experience, is that on some of those longer 2nd and longs, 1st and longs, you just got to pick up half of it and cut into the opportunity for the next play.
Agreed. And Sully Richardson had a guy one-on-one downfield, and he didn't take that shot. He went through his progressions, found his open guy over the middle, and set himself up for a 3rd and short.
3rd and 4, throwing complete. Prasad out to the 25. Nice throw and catch on the timing route.
Yeah, and this is the 2nd best drive the Carolina Skyhawks have put together, and for them to punch it in would it's not gonna erase the sting of a blowout loss, but it's got to make you a little happy that you were able to put together and sustain some drives here.
Yeah, no offensive scores here for the Carolina Skyhawks. Their one touchdown came off of a Harish Prasad kickoff return. So they're trying to put the ball in the end zone. And now they're going to be in an even longer situation. Denzel Maverick, his 2nd sack of the day, found Sully Richardson.
Yeah, the commentator curse, you start to praise the offense for how good of a job they're doing, ball downfield, and then the offensive line gives up another sack. Maverick picking up his 2nd of the game, and now he's up to 11.5 on the season. And as it may not be a crazy stat line for him on the season, it's still good enough to make offensive opponents game plan for him.
Whoa, what a catch there from Prasad to lay out and take a hit.
How do you hang on to that one? Oh my goodness.
Here's the throw. Richardson. Pressure dropped again. Maverick. He is there in a hurry.
Yeah, the big guys for Seattle, Maverick, Juke, and Rukin, they like to call them some Top Gun nickname. I apologize for not knowing it off the top of my head, but they're showing out here late in the 4th quarter.
4th and 9. Carolina going to go for this one. Richardson throws. Out of the hands. I was going to call it incomplete, but Hudson did not hold on.
Big hit from Mario Martino to jar the ball loose there. Sully delivering a strike. Just perfect pocket. And he just delivers it right to his receiver, but not enough to hang on to it while absorbing a big hit from Martino there.
First and 10. Seattle takes over at their own 24 with under 4.5 minutes to go. It'll just be melting the clock away now, up by quite a bit to get your 9th win of the season. Handoff up the middle, and Sandlin will pick up 7, and Jeremy, 9 wins. Quite the accomplishment for this Seattle team.
Yeah, quite the accomplishment for a team that relocates. For them, they kept most of their players from last season, which is great. They believed in Crash Combs taking over the franchise and shifting it towards Seattle. And for your first season in a new place, it's got to build a big fan base for you, knowing that this team showed up and is going to be one of the best teams in the SFL for years to come.
And off up the middle, Sandlin, a 1st down carry with 3.5 minutes to go. They will continue to wind this clock down as much as they can. And for Carolina, a 10th loss this year, but a lot of learning experience.
Yeah, and you're definitely gonna see Carolina improve next season. There's no way that this young core, including their coaching staff, don't take the next step. And you're gonna either see that I'm predicting next season these guys are gonna pick up 4+ wins. They could even be in the mix for a wild card spot next season.
Just got to build off of what you know, and you never know. There's always a surprise team that takes the league by storm, and taking this run by storm is Sandlin up, and he stays in bounds at the 44. No, actually went out of bounds at the 44. What a carry from Zach Sandlin.
Seattle, 15 first downs through the first half, and they might be matching that here in the second half. They're just picking up first downs at will, and if they hit that 30 first down mark, that would be very impressive, and that would leave some of those teams in the top 6 of the SFL playoffs kind of worrying, and they might be scouting early.
And off up the middle now. The backup running back in is able to pick up 7. That was a nice carry by Easton Johnson. Well schemed, and that just goes to show you that this Seattle team, no matter who's in, it's a next man up opportunity.
Yeah, and it appears that Seattle has rolled out their second unit for the remainder of this game. The first unit, they're going to sit on the sideline, enjoy some Gatorade, get a little bit of extra rest time, as they definitely came into Carolina, picked up a big win, showed how good they can potentially be headed into the playoffs.
Under 2.5 to go. This will be the last play of the, or before the 2-minute warning, excuse me. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson walloped in the backfield. Nice job there by DJ Majesty coming up to fill the gap. But that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 31-7, Seattle on top of Carolina and in control of this one. Skyhawks at home, they fall. 2 minutes to go here in Raleigh. We'll be right back. David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. Andy Hamilton along with Jeremy Vega with you today. And the Seattle Tyrants will get out to the 37, and they were going to have to kick this one away as Carolina has taken the timeout to get one last offensive possession.
Yeah, and they're going to definitely want to try to put some points up on their last offensive possession.
Looking at the wild card race, lots of teams still trying to buy their way into the playoffs with a couple of late wins here in the season. Tulsa and Las Vegas, the first two on the outside looking in. They will try and get wins this weekend. Las Vegas not playing until next weekend, as this ball will bounce into the end zone and try and push their way into the playoffs. A couple of teams trying to retain their spots in Sioux Falls and Queen City.
Yeah, not shown on the graphic is, there's a couple of other teams that aren't necessarily eliminated that still have the opportunity with help to climb up into that 12th, 11th, and possibly 10th through 7th spot. This week, next week, a lot of movement can happen.
Try and keep up with who is in and who is out. Second and 5 from the 25. Carolina trying to get some action going here late in the game. 2 in the backfield here. 3 receivers wide for Sully Richardson. And at 46 to go, he will look to throw it. Richardson protected well, nearly threw an interception, trying to take it away for the Seattle Tyrants. That was Trop Phillips.
Trop Phillips making a heads-up play there, jumping on the ball that came right over the middle. And Carolina, 3rd and 5. They only have a couple more chances to keep this drive alive. Otherwise, Seattle will get the ball back and just kneel it out.
Should have called him Drop Phillips with the way he could not corral that one. And they throw here and almost corralled there. That would have been another interception for Mahmoud Ajlani. He was trying to hit Prasad.
Mahmoud kind of all over the field. Mahmoud is actually tied for first in the league with pick sixes at 2. And they're going to, rely on him come playoff time to make another big play that could potentially elevate their defense and lead them to a playoff win, their first in franchise history if they can pull it off.
4th and 5, Carolina going to go for it. Richardson pressure drops. It's a sack coming from the outside for the Seattle Tyrants. The late blitz from the defensive back brought the pressure, and it was a good play to turn the ball over. It's Matt Pugsley with the takeaway.
That's the second time this game that the Carolina offensive line just missed the blitzer on the outside and gave up a sack at an inopportune time. And now Seattle looks to run the clock out here with 1.5 minutes left in the game.
And they're in good position to do so. Handoff up the middle here to Johnson. Johnson going to pick up 7 on that carry, and Carolina will take a timeout.
Yep, 3 yards away from another first down, and at that point, that'll be all she wrote. Carolina wasn't your best showing of the season, but you know, like we spoke about earlier, they have competed against some of the top teams in this league. So, you know, while this game may be a wash your entire season, you know, you've done good things.
4-3 look out of the Skyhawks defense, trying to keep more points off the board. That also would be a good thing for this Skyhawks defense. Hand off up the middle. Johnson cut down short of the line to gain, and Carolina will take their final timeout. DJ Majesty, another tackle for him. Won a championship with the Alaska Storm and also played for Houston in his illustrious 5-season career.
Yeah, DJ Majesty, one of those vets that we talk about.
More upcoming games for you if you are enjoying today's SFL broadcast. At 5 o'clock, San Francisco will take on Vancouver on 11 Sports. At 7:30, Seattle will travel to London for that game, and other broadcasts throughout the day and throughout the rest of the weekend and into Monday. Majesty, another tackle, will make it 4th and 2 from the 9.
Interesting, Majesty showing up. He had a quiet game, but now he's starting to rack up some tackles. Little too late, but you know, good stop on 3rd down there, not allowing Seattle to pick up another touchdown, but looks like they will put a field goal through here late in the game.
Chip Longfellow on for this chip shot field goal. Will be about a 25-26 yarder. Hold is good. The kick on the way, and it is now 34-7, Seattle on top.
Yeah, what a celebration there from Chip. Pretty excited for his chip shot.
Late in this game, up by quite a bit. Sometimes it's the little things. You got to celebrate everything, Jeremy.
Yeah, you never know when your time is up in pro sports, so have fun while you're out here now.
Taking away, Harish Prasad on a return was the only score for Carolina today, and he's trying to get some magic going here. He'll get out to the 32. 39 seconds, no timeouts. 1 or 2 sacks would eventually end this game, or a couple tackles inbounds.
Yeah, you know, barring the big shot downfield or a big play by one of these offensive players for Carolina, it just seems like they're going to try a few last plays and then get ready for the final game. They're at home hosting Charleston, who they are 0-1 against in their newfound rivalry this season. Battle of the Carolinas.
Moving out to Mercury, and Mercury tackled inbounds at the 36. They're going to try and go hurry up. Looking to throw it. Pressured. Hit as he threw. That's incomplete. Pressure supplied there up the middle by E.K. Vincent. Haven't called his name many times tonight, but he makes the play there.
Yeah, you know, while I'm speaking on Week 13 games, we know Carolina's opponent. Seattle will be at home versus the Atlanta Swarm, both needing a big win, so that'll be one of many huge games to come in Week 13. It'll definitely be an interesting game.
Atlanta in the playoffs now, trying to retain that position, if not move up in the general seeding opportunity. So a big game for them to take on this Seattle team, which has looked nothing but perfect today.
Yeah, and it appears at halftime, OKC leading Atlanta 17-14. So when this game wraps up here, if you want to switch on over to 11 Sports Network, catch the ending to the OKC Atlanta game. Lots of playoff implications on the line for everyone almost. Only 3 teams eliminated out of 21 here down in Week 12.
Outside throw to Dupree Hudson is complete for a first down to the 44, moving the chains with 17 seconds to go. So Carolina desperately just trying to gain some not only momentum, Jeremy, but also learning experience for their offensive side of the ball. Young unit trying to, get more timing and more in-game reps for these guys. Sometimes that's all it takes to be a better team come next year. A first down catch to Harish Prasad. And this next snap might be the last play of the game unless they can get the spike off early enough, and it looks like they will. So one play left. You take a deep shot?
Yeah, I would go deep, and like you're saying, it's good to see the coaching staff, the young coaching staff of the Skyhawks, keeping their guys out there and not letting them quit. Taking every opportunity they get to run a play and to gain experience. And now this will likely be the final play of the game, and I say go deep. Why not?
From the 41, they line up for the Hail Mary. 4 seconds to go. Now clock running. Richardson able to avoid one, blocked well, but then throws it into the dirt on the hit, and that will do it. 34-7. Tyrants on top of the Skyhawks. Jeremy, it was all Seattle today.
Absolutely, all Seattle. Just too much for this young and inexperienced Skyhawks who've got 1 win on the season, now up to 10 losses, and Seattle 9-2. Like we said, great start for their franchise, their first season here in Seattle.
400 yards of offense for this Tyrants team. Carolina struggling, and it really was just the definition of a playoff team meeting a team that has been eliminated. Both teams fought well. Both teams had some good drives and some drives that they would like to forget come tomorrow. But at the end of the day, Seattle 34-7, shutting out the Skyhawks offense.
Yeah, Skyhawks offense came in today not ranked real well, but they tried to mix in their running back Randy Mercury more on the ground than they typically do in the passing attack. But Seattle, their defense, as we saw in the stat in the opening scenes of this game, they're ranked number 1 in total defense for a reason, and they showed that today.
So a win for the Tyrants will improve them to 9 wins. Carolina falls to 10 losses on the season. And what a day it was for both teams as Seattle improves and will keep pace in the playoff fight. 1 week to go as for both teams, and then it's on to the playoffs for Seattle. For Carolina, they have been eliminated, but do have the opportunity to start work early on next season's playbook and get ready for what season 14 may have to offer them. Player of the game, Zach Sandlin. Was there any doubt, Jeremy?
Absolutely not. Not with the way he was running today. Just a force to be reckoned with, and he's going to continue to carry the ball and carry this offense well into the playoffs.
That's all for us from Raleigh, North Carolina, David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. Seattle beats Carolina, but more SFL action all day on 11 Sports. Head over there and get your SFL fix. For Jeremy Vega and Cameron Irvine in the booth, I'm Andy Hamilton. Thank you for tuning in.